Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I am being like so critical of myself right now, but I really wanted to make this video and that was outweighing the criticism. I'm just looking in the mirror and being like, girl, change this, do this, and I don't get very many of the moments, but that was one of them. Okay, so moving along, I was thinking like my YouTubers don't care what I look like. They don't care if I want a wig or this or that or my nail, like I said, my nail broke off the other day. I'm like so self-conscious about it, but it's New Year's. Like, I don't know what's open. I'm not trying to fight with people out here in these streets because it's too many people out as is. And, or New Year's Eve, rather. So, I'm just like, ugh, complaining. But enough with the complaining because I allow myself to do that for a couple seconds and that needs to wash right out the window. Because I wanted to talk to you guys. First off, I was thinking about something. I wanted to talk about what the difference between a resolution and goals are, but then I also wanted to throw in the word destined, which I didn't get to that yet because I think when I think about things that I'm going to reach, it's like some things I'm just destined for, some things are resolutions, and then what's the difference between resolutions and goals? So I'm just like, okay, well, let me start looking all this up. And I'm glad I did because I came across the SMART method, which I want to talk about, like using a SMART method. Now, I didn't really read all of it, but I started reading. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Let me learn this with my YouTubers. So first off, I looked up the word resolution, and that's a firm decision to do something, or to not do something. Like if you want to quit smoking or whatever the case is, right? Goals is the process to set specific attainable targets. So your resolution is just a decision. So without goals, I've been trying to think like, why are we not sticking to our resolutions? Because it's just a decision. It is not a plan at all. We're just like, yeah, we'll do this, but what plan did you do to get to where you want to be at, right? So I'm like, whoa, okay. I'm glad that kind of popped in my head. But if you're gonna set goals, first off, you need to figure out what kind of goal is because there's three different ones. I haven't don't really understand. Okay, so there's time goals, and that's where we set like our short or long term goals, right? Cool. We understand what that is. Most people do that, right? But then there's focus goals and there's topic goals, which I don't know. Y'all could break that down below. That would be really great us to kind of work together, maybe go do a little research, come back and share what a topic goal is versus a focus versus a time. Um, so let's learn this shit together, okay? But let's talk about the SMART plan. Okay, so um, the SMART plan. The S stands for specific. What is the specific goal you're trying to accomplish and be specific? So for the first time, I'm not using the book Think and Grow Rich, but just something another way of thinking about it. And one thing that both of them say is be specific. Like it's not good enough to say like I want a lot of money. Like you have to put like the specific amount. So we should already understand this. Talk to y'all about this a couple times on the channel. The next one, M, the M in SMART, stands for measurable. How can you measure your success? Think about how you will know when you've accomplished the goal. So I know me and many of you probably are in this like thing where like we gotta get to the money. We've been grinding for a few years. We gotta keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding, keep putting in this work, keep going, keep pushing, keep growing. But at what point will we have reached that? Like, how will you know when you reached your goals? So I was thinking about that. I will know when I've reached my goals financially when I am at the point of my purpose, which is to give back. Um, when I can buy the material possessions that I want, when I've found the love of my life, when my children are grown and doing successful things, that I feel like my children will define my success in life as well. How far they're able to reach. Because if you think I'm pushing myself, best believe all my kids, and I speak this because I only have one right now, but I plan on having children. um, I just want to make them little millionaires, you know? So how can I that will define success for me. That's when I know like I really reached it. When I'm having Sunday dinners with all my friends and family and it's like y'all coming to Big Paisley's house and everyone's just around the table, you know, that's success to me. So like what is success to you? And how, I mean, that's how I will measure it. Like, wow, I made it to this point. Like, you know? Okay. Actionable. What are the actionable steps, aka objectives, needed to reach the goal? So I'm gonna stop right there. One thing I really appreciate that I didn't not learn. I didn't really care about in school is like, you know how you had to come in and get your journal and they write down the topic and then the objectives for the day and all this stuff. I love that process. I love how that was instilled in our heads from an early age. However, just at school, I didn't really care about the school objectives per se. But I definitely Okay, let me just read it. What are the actionable steps, the objectives needed to achieve the goal? Break the goal into smaller steps, list every step. So, for instance, if your goal is to make $1,000 a week on Night Flirt, okay, so boom. How will you know when you've made it? Well, you'll see the money, right? That's your measurable point. And then you're actionable. Well, how are you going to get there? That means you're going to be sending out your tip menu to your favorites. You're going to encourage your callers to give you feedback. You're going to make sure that you post on your social media daily to bring in more callers. You're going to cross promote with other night flirt girls to, you know, share your fans. You're going to upload goodies so it goes in the most recently uploaded. So that's a chance that people might see you. So those would be your actionable steps. Like, what are you going to do to get there? Okay. The R stands for responsible. Who are the who are the people that must support this goal? If you need the support of your manager, coworkers, friends, families, make it a note on here. So, for instance, back to mine, like if I was saying, okay, I've made success because I'm able to have all of my friends and family over every single Sunday for Sunday lunch or Sunday dinner, then they're going to be the people responsible for all my friends and family. If um yours, like I said, back to night flirt, if then it's the your clients, your fans, your supporters, your customers, right? So who, or sometimes it's just yourself. But when you think about it in the long grand scheme of things, you really need more than just yourself. And that was a very tough pill for me to swallow, to know that I cannot do this all alone. Oh my gosh, I need to stop looking at myself because I just keep seeing things like, oh girl, fix that. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just stop judging myself. Why am I judging myself so hard today? Wonder why. Okay, so time bound. Oh wait, did we go over them? We went over the S, the M, the A, the R, and now the T. Time bound. When do you want to achieve the goal? So again, this is kind of a different way of putting the six-step method into play, like we were talking about. Y'all know. And Think and Grow Rich, the chapter of desire. So Wendy, it's very important to like put a definite date to like when you're going to achieve that. So ultimately, when we set goals, you got to think to yourself: Are you setting a resolution, or are you really putting a plan together and setting a goal? Because I think um, that's a good question. Like we have to ask ourselves. And so when you're doing this, I recommend going back to elementary when we had to do our brainstorming and our rough draft and the final copy and your research. So your research, your brainstorming, like all that whole like process. Take it as serious as we did back then when we were trying to get A's and B's and apply it to your business now, you know? I do think that's very, very important. Also, guys, let's get a business plan together. I've been speaking about this for 2 years, 3 years, all years. Like in the back of my brain, I know that I need to put a business plan together, and I have yet to do so. So if you're like me or you're just starting, even better if you're just starting. But if you're like me and you've been doing this a few years and it's just like, okay, well, where are we at now? What we're doing? Put a business plan together because I'm gonna work on mine. Now I don't know what process you do to doing a business plan after I do mine, or if y'all want it during the like, what you say? While I'm doing it, if y'all want to do it together, we can definitely do that and I'll keep you motivated my whole track. But by the end of January, I want my business plan together. It's going to take me a second because I need my business plan for my adult work, my business plan for you guys on YouTube and like where I want to take this to, my business plan with my ordained minister stuff because y'all, I gotta marry somebody this year, and also with my podcast. So I feel like, and some people may be like, whoa, that is too much. But at the end of the day, one, I know that I can't do it alone, and I will have employees and I will have assistants and all the people that I need back to what's this? Responsible. Who's responsible? It's gonna be people helping me run this because I can't do it all alone. And there is so much I want to accomplish. And yes, I definitely think I can have a podcast. I can have y'all. I can continue in adult work if that's what I choose to do. And I'm a preach and marry folks. So may sound far fetched to some people. For me, I feel like I can handle this all in life, but how am I going to work step by step and really make them each pop off and get them to where I need them to get me to? Unless preaching takes off, I'm not gonna lie, preaching and marrying folks is about the only thing that I would drop everything else for. There's none of the other ones would I drop anything for. But I would drop all the other three if I could only do preaching. I really feel like I have a message to get out there and I need to just be able to get it out there to you guys. So that's how I feel about that. That's kind of my resolutions, my thought process, my things on goal planning. So if you're still listening, what you should have taken out of this video is we're going to get our goals together. We're going to get our business plan together and our business structure and how we want to do that. And we're not going to half ass things. Um, we're just not gonna half-ass them anymore. Something else I was thinking about, I'll make another video, but it's about my membership. So I know y'all don't be liking it too long. I hope I still held your attention. If I still held your attention, go ahead, give me a thumbs up emoji. That's how I know, like, okay, who's really listening. And I hope this helps you guys. It helped me out just to talk it out with you, and peace.